A man completes a 1-kilometer run in 2 minutes and 36 seconds. The entire school's female students scream for him in admiration. He simply washes his face with bottled water. The next second, a swooning junior girl hands him a towel to wipe his sweat. But the school bully can't stand watching this. To assert his dominance, he throws a baseball at him. Shujing catches it with one hand, but the burning pain in his palm is no less intense. He asks his good friend Liji if he knows that person. Liji quickly runs forward, but when he sees the person who threw the ball is school bully Pei Guang, he breaks out in a cold sweat. How did you get into conflict with him? Is it because of girls again? Why don't you just pick one, so you stop making enemies everywhere? But Shujing disgustedly tosses the junior's towel to Liji and turns to leave. Liji tries to call him back that Pei Guang is not someone to mess with. What are you planning to do? Shui Jing replies, exercise. Li Jie responds, exercise won't help. You need to practice martial arts. Only Shu Jing knows that exercise doesn't help ordinary people, but he's different. Because a month ago, he inexplicably arrived in this world that resembles yet differs from Earth. Accompanying him are these semi-transparent panels. As long as he practices to a certain degree, he can activate corresponding skills. Although daily practice brings him great benefits, the consumption is also substantial. However, he works so hard not to show off. This place is called the 5th Urban Ring. Since it's a ring, there's an inner and outer area. The further out you go, the more desolate and poor it is. The further in, the more prosperous and prestigious. In half a year, he'll graduate. Whether to fight his way into the inner ring or live in poverty forever, it's time to make a choice. In the evening, Zhu Jing goes downstairs to buy some supplies and is on his way home. A small black cat jumps down from somewhere and blocks his path. The cat has a metal ring hanging on its tail. Its body is dirty and messy, with several patches missing fur. The little black cat glances at Zhu Jing, then collapses unconscious. Zhu Jing thinks the cat has learned to fake injuries for insurance scams, but after crouching down to observe carefully, he discovers the cat is covered in wounds, clearly having lost a fight. The collapsed black cat groggily speaks in human language. I never imagined the world of stray cats would be so cruel. Zhu Jing is completely dumbfounded, even suspecting he's hallucinating. Did it just speak? What's the deal with this cat? Thinking someone nearby is playing a prank, he examines the cat's body to see if there's any voice device. But when Zhu Jing touches the metal ring, 2 messages pop up. Divine substance detected. Absorbing divinity. It turns out this planet is called Earth Core, a world known as Zhuxia. 287 years ago, God died. On that day, all humans on Earth Core witnessed this miracle with their own eyes. Afterward, Zhu Jing brings the little black cat home. He even specially buys cat food to feed it. But the little black cat turns its head away with disgust. Zhu Jing's mouth twitches. Aren't you a stray cat? You won't even eat this? Or are you not a cat at all? Thinking this, Zhu Jing quickly walks into the kitchen. He enthusiastically cooks a meal of shredded pork with green peppers over rice. Sure enough, when the little black cat sees human food, it drools all over the floor. Watching it eat, Zhu Jing knows he guessed correctly. The reason you can speak human language is because you're not a cat at all, but a person who turned into a cat. As for the reason, it's probably this. After some time, a line of text pops up on Zhu Jing's panel. Divine skill, twin lives, has reached activation conditions. Activate? Without hesitation, Zhu Jing directly chooses yes. Soon, the panel shatters with a roar, emitting blinding light. Then it gathers on Zhu Jing's hand and seeps into his body. Twin lives. Passive effect. Possess 2 lives. After death, freely choose resurrection time within 7 days. Cooldown period, 3 months. Zhu Jing never expected a divine skill to be this absurd. Being able to choose resurrection time means not fearing enemies camping his corpse. If the passive skill is already this powerful, what about the active skill? Since unlocking requires divinity, I just need to continue absorbing divinity. But looking closely, this black cat has so many wounds. If I keep absorbing like this, it seems a bit inhumane, doesn't it? Forget it. Let me think of another way. But I can't just let it go so easily. Anyway, I'll first go out and look for clues related to divinity. Meanwhile, I'll see what it does after I leave. Sure enough, after Zhu Jing leaves, the little black cat's expression immediately becomes serious. But what it doesn't know is that the ceiling camera is secretly recording everything. On the other side, after leaving, Zhu Jing arrives in the outer ring area. For people here to enter the inner ring, the difficulty is absurdly high. Even if they get in, they need to pay an exorbitant fee. It can often bankrupt a moderately wealthy family. Even so, countless people still flock to it. But what most people don't know is that there's another way. If you can become a martial artist, everything will be easily solved. You're Zhu Jing, right? Zhu Jing glances at them. What do you want? The bald guy's intimidation skills are well practiced. The person our boss Pei Guang has his eye on. Is she someone you can pursue? You're dead today, kid. Zhu Jing sighs. What did you say? As soon as he finishes speaking, a stone strikes the bald guy's chest like a bullet, sending him flying. The others stand frozen in place, shocked. What did he just do? Couldn't see clearly. The next moment, another stone flies past Pei Guang. It defeats all the lackeys he brought. It turns out Shuijing used the skill aim. After activating this skill, it greatly enhances dynamic vision, especially when he concentrates. It gives him an ability similar to bullet time. Pei Guang quickly snaps back, assumes a running stance, and charges at Shuijing. A phantom dragon head inexplicably appears above his head. But in Shuijing's eyes, everything seems to slow down countless times. He lightly sidesteps and dodges Pei Guang's fist. Shuijing recognizes that it's the power of martial arts. Pei Guang thinks he's just lucky. Brat, you're pretty nimble. But at this moment, Shuijing is pleasantly surprised. Pei Guang actually knows martial arts? This saves me from finding someone to ask. Then he walks step by step toward Pei Guang, showing no fear of his power. Tell me everything you know, or I won't hold back. The next second, Pei Guang launches a barrage of rapid punches at Shuijing like bullets, but Shuijing quickly finds his weakness. With a backhand punch, he sends Pei Guang spinning. This also fulfills the system conditions and activates the skill combat. Tonight, Shuijing not only improves his dynamic vision, but also his punching accuracy. Dealing with a martial artist of Pei Guang's level is more than enough. Pei Guang is beaten into submission and collapses on the ground, begging for mercy. Stop hitting me, Jing, please. Shuijing doesn't continue the violence but leans in to ask him, what technique did you use for that punch just now? Pei Guang answers truthfully, it's internal energy, not a technique. Internal energy is gathering energy from all parts of the body, then releasing it externally through moves. Shuijing asks him how to practice and who to train with, but Pei Guang doesn't know how to explain. I only learned the basics. I can't explain it clearly. Please spare me. Shuijing angrily grabs his collar. Playing dumb, are you? A tough guy like you gives up just like that? Pei Guang is so scared tears flow down his face. Those are all rumors. I just used those rumors to build a persona. If it were true, I wouldn't still be in school. Hearing this, Shuijing gives him a slap. If you don't remember this lesson, I'll beat you every time I see you. The fact that you bully classmates is real. Go back and write a self-criticism. Tomorrow, during morning reading, recite it 10 times in front of the whole class. Have your lackeys recorded on video. I'll check it later. Then he suddenly shows his phone in front of him, startling him. No, don't hit me anymore. But Shuijing isn't going to beat him. Didn't you say you can't explain it clearly? Then I'll go ask myself. The scene shifts. Following the address Pei Guang wrote, he walks several hundred meters in the inner ring of the city. At this moment, layers of system information continuously emerge in his consciousness. Normally, working out hard for an hour at the gym only gains him just over 200 experience points. But now, just fighting one not-so-difficult fight has already far exceeded his usual training gains. Fighting is a wellness activity. This once again proves the panel doesn't encourage staying indoors. You still need to get out and be active. Shuijing finds the dojo. As soon as he enters, the female receptionist stops him. Shh, quiet. Master is teaching a class. The so-called breathing technique is the basic skill of activating internal energy through breathing. Only when the internal energy circulates fully can martial arts be considered mastered at an entry level. Come, do it with me. Hearing about the entry-level technique, Shuijing's eyes immediately light up. Isn't this what I want to learn? Then he quietly asks, excuse me, can I join in? The female receptionist thinks to herself, this guy is so handsome. Then she replies, you can, but don't push yourself. Shuijing gently walks to the mat. His charm experience increases by another 30 points. The female receptionist looks at Shuijing with some concern, thinking, this kid is probably encountering martial arts for the first time. Can he handle it? And you all, there must be some competent ones among you, or Master will expel everyone. But with the large intake of oxygen, the disciples quickly experience varying degrees of dizziness, nausea, and blurred vision. Even Kuizheng Yuan, the most promising one in the dojo, fails in the end. The female receptionist clasps her hands together, begging Master for forgiveness. Please give me a few more days. I will definitely find suitable candidates for you. But before she finishes speaking, she notices Master has already walked past her. Then he comes in front of Shuijing and goes, shh, don't talk. This child is still persisting. When he exhales the last breath and opens his eyes, he sees the old master's anxious greeting. Do you feel uncomfortable anywhere? But Shuijing not only feels no discomfort but actually feels refreshed. The female manager quickly grasps his hand like grabbing a lifeline. What's your name? Would you like to join our Golden Wind dojo? As soon as she finishes speaking, the glass outside the window suddenly shatters. A shadow moving at extreme speed randomly attacks a disciple in the dojo. Sharp claws instantly tear open his abdomen, causing blood to splatter. This sudden bloody scene shocks everyone present. The old master and the female manager quickly maintain order, telling disciples to flee the dojo. But after the cockroach man slashes the male disciple's body a few times, it changes targets and attacks the female manager. Fortunately, Shuijing acts in time, snatching her away from the cockroach man. However, after being knocked down, the female manager becomes infatuated with Shuijing. Shuijing looks at the cockroach man and recalls school bully Pei Guang's words. Internal energy is gathering energy from all parts of the body, then releasing it externally through moves. Now is a good opportunity to experiment. The next moment, the Cockroach Man again bursts forth with amazing speed, charging at Shui Jing. The solid claws collide with Shui Jing's flesh fist, producing a deafening sonic boom. This thing can't be like a cockroach, able to withstand 300 times its body weight, can it? If that's really the case, then concentrate the force at one point. Soon, Shui Jing's power rises to another level. Not only does he shatter the Cockroach Man's claws on the spot, but he also sends it flying more than 10 meters away, leaving a long trail of blood on the ground. Shui Jing pats the dust off himself, feeling that this Cockroach Man is much weaker than it looks. But the old master sees the drawback. Having just mastered energy, releasing such a large amount suddenly will be too much for the body to handle. Sure enough, the Cockroach Man's powerful vitality supports it as it stands up again. Shui Jing smugly beckons with his finger. Want to continue? It'll be the same no matter how many times you try. But when he circulates his energy channels again and gathers force, he suddenly spits out a mouthful of blood, somehow losing his strength. The Cockroach Man seems to see the opening and seizes the opportunity to charge with its other claw. Shui Jing secretly thinks this is bad. Looks like I miscalculated this time. But at this moment, a sword energy suddenly sweeps across. The immense destructive power tears the Cockroach Man's entire body apart. Shui Jing looks ahead in shock. He sees a white-haired beauty in tight clothing who introduces herself as Void Blade, captain of White Crow Squad 838. She's taking over this area and ordering unrelated personnel to evacuate immediately. Shui Jing hears about the White Crow Squad for the first time. She defeated the Cockroach Man with one strike. Is this organization full of such powerful people? But in her eyes, she's the surprised one. This kid looks only 17 or 18 years old, yet he could injure the Cockroach Man this badly with bare hands? And he's so handsome, I need to find a reason to recruit him. Then she hands Shui Jing a note. Come to the address on this note at 5 p.m. on Sunday. I'll tell you everything you want to know. Shui Jing looks at the words on the note. It clearly reads, Shin City Library, 7th floor. Afterward, the female manager's hands keep roaming over Shui Jing's body. Let me take you to the hospital for a thorough checkup. Shui Jing signals he's fine and then leaves. The female manager still has a swooning look on her face. You must come back tomorrow. Only the old master knows. I doubt it. This kid has such strength. On his first contact with energy, our small dojo probably can't contain him. At the same time, information panels keep popping up before Shui Jing's eyes. He gains a massive amount of experience, including charm and combat experience. He also fulfills the conditions to activate the skill Inch Force. Inch Force, concentrate energy at one point and accelerate to maximum speed within the shortest distance. This way, even the hardest defense can be broken. I really want to experience it again. Thinking this, Shui Jing unconsciously clenches his fist and begins gathering energy. But soon, a faint feeling of churning blood and energy comes from his chest. He has no choice but to immediately stop circulating. Better not push my luck. Rest well tonight and try again tomorrow. But the White Crow Squad and the Cockroach Man, how many secrets does this world have that I don't know about? I'll wait until the weekend to check out that address. Then he takes out his phone to check the surveillance and discovers the little black cat actually opened the computer. After returning home, he immediately questions it. Hey, what were you messing with on the computer while I was gone? The little black cat breaks out in a cold sweat, thinking of meowing to fool him. But at this moment, Shui Jing is exhausted. If you won't say, fine, I'll settle accounts with you after I wake up. The little black cat doesn't know what happened to him. As soon as he came back, he collapsed on the bed and fell into a deep sleep. However, with an animal's keen sense of smell, it quickly detects the smell of blood on him. Did he fight with someone? He's my person. Who dares bully him? Then it jumps onto Shui Jing's stomach and speaks in human language. Young man, tell me, what happened? Don't worry, just tell me. Whatever it is, I, Ning Fengguan, sect leader of the dragon sect, will stand up for you. But Shui Jing is already weak. I knew you could talk. I knew you were human. Never mind. Let's talk after I sleep. After saying this, he rolls up in his blanket and falls asleep, remaining unmoved no matter how much the little black cat acts up. The next day, after recovering his energy, he makes a table full of lavish food. The little black cat no longer hides its human identity and digs into the feast. So you weren't beaten by someone but defeated a monster? I haven't heard of those things coming into the city. Shui Jing pats its cat head. Thanks for caring about me so much, Wan Wan. The little black cat's face immediately turns red. It has never heard an outsider call it Wan Wan. Don't call me Wan Wan. You must respectfully address me as sect leader. Shui Jing pulls out the surveillance video. Since sect leader Wan Wan can talk, how about explaining what you were doing on my phone? The little black cat breaks out in a cold sweat on the spot and has no choice but to reveal its secret. This thing is called a cattail ring. It's a type of divine relic. I was looking up information about it. Shui Jing unceremoniously reaches out to touch it. So this thing is a divine relic. 287 years ago, God died. It said those golden light particles are divine relics. I only heard about it before. Now I've finally seen one. No wonder I can absorb divinity. The little black cat feels something's not right. How long are you going to keep squeezing? Shujing forgets it's originally human and immediately stops playing with it. So you're looking for instructions on how to use it? But the little black cat looks dejected. Not yet. I'm trying to take it off. As you know, the Dragon Sect is the largest gang in Chin City. Not only does it control entertainment venues, but it also cooperates with martial arts halls on pharmaceutical business. Probably because development was too strong, it attracted jealous eyes. I was attacked in my own villa. Someone put this thing on me and turned me into a cat. By the time I struggled to escape, the Dragon Sect had already fallen into someone else's hands. I can only turn back into human form by taking it off. Then I'll kill all those people. Sujing asks what it plans to do next. If you can't find it online, the library probably won't help either. But the little black cat just thought of a second method. Regarding this sect leader already has a plan. That is to have you practice martial arts and become powerful. Shujing looks confused. What's the connection between these two things? The little black cat explains. After you become stronger, organizations will definitely come looking for you. Maybe among them will be divine relic holders. Then you can follow the clues. Shujing recalls last night's White Crow Squad. They did indeed come looking. The little black cat continues. So I'm going to introduce you to the best dojo, Hidden Dragon Dojo. Have you heard of it? Shujing raises an eyebrow. He does have an impression of this dojo. Back when Shujing wanted to learn martial arts, he checked the tuition of all dojos in Chin City. Hidden Dragon Dojo was the most expensive one. But the high tuition wasn't why Shujing remembered it. It was because of the extremely high negative review rate online, all complaining the teaching quality didn't match the tuition. The little black cat snorts coldly. These losers can't even endure hardship. What martial arts can they learn? In true martial artist circles, no one looks down on Hidden Dragon Dojo, Shujing asks. Then how do I get in? The little black cat points to the sky. Of course. By martial world rules, challenge the dojo. Shujing looks shocked. If I wreck their place, will they still accept me? The little black cat looks at his unworldly appearance. Isn't challenging a dojo just like an interview? Dojo disciples are also ranked. Those who pay to get in, even if they study seriously, are wasted if they lack talent. Those with talent still need to show real strength. Taking 10 or 8 years to succeed is useless. In the martial path, mindset is especially important. Only with an invincible spirit can you throw invincible punches. Challenging a dojo is a form of self-recommendation and the best way to prove your spirit. Remember to go to the dojo tomorrow. I'll handle some business. Early the next morning, Shujing indeed arrives at Hidden Dragon Dojo to challenge it. But before he announces his intention, a disciple enthusiastically greets him. He can feel the other party secretly applying pressure while shaking hands. Is this a test? Since it's a test, I need to take it seriously. Soon, after he uses internal energy, the disciple can't help but call for a stop. Okay, it hurts. Let go. His shouting attracts other disciples' attention. Don't mind him. This guy is a martial arts fanatic. He challenges everyone and has lost countless times. Look, the old master and several inner disciples are coming. What's going on? Even the old master came, and all the inner disciples who never leave also came? Is something major happening? Is our dojo going to close? Shujing looks closely. He sees the little black cat Ningfeng Wan sitting on the old master's lap. It's been a long time since anyone dared to challenge my dojo. Young man, do you think you're qualified? Shujing glances at his panel, puzzled. I don't know if I'm qualified. My combat-related levels seem pretty low. The old master immediately releases a powerful aura. How about this? I'll ask you a few questions. What's your name? How old are you? Where do you live? What do your parents do? Shujing subconsciously answers. I'm Shujing, 17 years old. Are you an only child? Do you have siblings? Shujing feels the questions are getting stranger, like he's here for a matchmaking meeting. The little black cat coughs, and the old master immediately becomes much more kindly. Ha, don't rush. As a potential son-in-law, of course I need to ask more questions. Hearing the word son-in-law, Shujing and the little black cat look at each other, confused about what's going on. At this moment, a young girl pushing the wheelchair behind the old master volunteers. Grandpa, whether he's qualified still needs to be tested first. Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. This is the first time Shujing directly faces someone who has truly practiced martial arts. He feels somewhat excited. The junior sister is actually taking action herself. I think this kid is done for today. I bet $5, all limbs broken. Only the little black cat grasps the key point. It's already said to be matchmaking. Why are you still fighting? Zhu Shanning takes a step forward and charges like an arrow released from a bow. But despite the absurdly fast speed, it's still too slow before the system panel. Zhu Shanning's fist ultimately only hits an afterimage. Shujing has already shifted to the side. Grabbing her wrist, he follows through with an over-the-shoulder throw, slamming her hard to the ground. Zhu Shanning lies directly on the ground, falling unconscious on the spot. The other inner disciples are not alarmed but delighted. Dynamic vision and grappling position are quite accurate. Has the style we had back then. The old master gives a thumbs up and laughs heartily. You really found me a good seedling. The little black cat looks proud. Of course. Look at who I am. Xu Jing doesn't bother with the experience points crazily popping up on the panel and quickly asks the old master if he succeeded in the challenge. The old master replies, never practiced martial arts yet defeated Zhu Shanying. Without a doubt, you're qualified to become an inner disciple. So, shouldn't you change how you address me? His face becomes kindly at the same time. Hearing this, Xu Jing is stunned for a moment. Then he tactfully cups his fist to everyone one by one and greets them. Master, senior brothers and sisters. Hello, Zhu Shanying sits up at this moment. Hey, what about me? I'm your 6th senior sister. I underestimated you just now. Don't get proud just because you won once. Xu Jing quickly bows to his 6th senior sister thinking, so she was the youngest before I arrived. At this time, a girl in a cheapao speaks to Xu Jing. Young Master Xu, let me take you to process the admission procedures. Xu Jing feels strange. What kind of title is this? The old master explains, my inner disciple naturally can't be looked down upon by others. From today on, you nominally have inner ring residency. Calling you young master is appropriate. Xu Jing isn't quite used to it. Can we change the title? Young Master Xu feels awkward. The Qipao girl has a flash of inspiration. How about Master Jing? Xu Jing stops struggling. Whatever. As long as you're happy, then they arrive at the lounge to register. Xu Jing feels that challenging the dojo doesn't seem as difficult as the little black cat said. One move and she went down. But the little black cat says, you're wrong. She's actually much stronger than you. But martial arts isn't about comparing numbers. Mood, condition, intelligence, decision-making, luck, any of these can be key factors affecting victory or defeat. Xu Jing says, you mean she underestimated me? The little black cat replies, exactly. If Zhu Shanying had been even slightly more cautious and waited for you to make a move before acting, it wouldn't have turned out like this. Xu Jing seems to understand. Even so, I only won because of luck. Looks like I need to practice more. Then he asks the little black cat where it went last night. You didn't stay at the dojo all night, did you? The little black cat says, to get someone in, I had to give Grandpa Lee a heads up. Back then, he almost stole my grandpa's romantic partner. Xu Jing's face darkens, thinking, so he was a male homewrecker. The Qipao girl hands the identity card to Xu Jing. Master Jing, when you come tomorrow, just swipe the access card. The next day, Xu Jing practices at the dojo for a long time. Various experience values skyrocket, and his internal energy level also rises to level 2. And the old master keeps admonishing him. Don't stop, persist a little longer, just a little more. Don't let a whole night's effort go to waste. Soon, Xu Jing's internal energy level rises again to level 3. After leveling up, he finally breathes a sigh of relief and collapses on the ground. The old master is very satisfied with him. I've taken so many disciples in my life. You're the strongest one. Before long, you'll be able to practice our hidden dragon sex martial arts. Hearing about martial arts, Xu Jing immediately perks up. What level do I need to reach before I can learn? The old master is secretly pleased. This kid really is a martial arts fanatic. Just from the old master simply holding his hand, he feels a large amount of energy flowing into his body. His whole being is like a small boat in raging waves, completely unable to resist. After the old master releases his hand, he asks what exercises he usually does. Xu Jing says just running and such, nothing else. Any problems with your body? The old master shakes his head but is still somewhat incredulous. No problems. But your body is like it was sculpted by a god with obsessive compulsive disorder. Every muscle, every bone, every organ is balanced and perfect to a frightening degree. Simply put, you're a martial arts prodigy. Xu Jing knows this is absolutely the panel's credit. After activating the combat skill, his body became like this. In a sense, he really is a genius. Then, he seriously inquires, so can I learn that martial art now? The old master tells him not to rush. After practicing all night, your body is injured everywhere. Practicing the martial art now is no different from seeking death. Xu Jing urgently asks the old master what to do now. The old master pats Xu Jing's shoulder, telling him to go to the lounge first. He'll have someone send the sleeping dragon ointment over soon. Soon, it's evening. Xu Jing finally waits for the person delivering the sleeping dragon ointment. But the one who pushes the door open is Zhu Shanying, who dueled with him on challenge day. Junior brother, I'm here to help treat your injuries. Xu Jing thinks she came for revenge. 6 senior sister, why is it you? Zhu Shanying squeezes out the ointment while beckoning to Xu Jing. Come, junior brother, take off your shirt. Xu Jing feels embarrassed to refuse. He immediately takes off his shirt, revealing muscles that look like they're carved with knives and chisels. The system detects someone has developed affection for the host. Charm experience increases again. Zhu Shanying tells Xu Jing to obediently lie on the bed and not move. Then she squeezes out more ointment and applies it directly on him. Xu Jing feels the coolness of the ointment and shivers. Zhu Shanying has already climbed on top of him. Didn't I tell you not to move? Junior brother, don't judge by appearances. Actually, I'm quite competitive. While speaking, her fingers roam over Xu Jing's body. Her finger suddenly applies force, pressing down on a spot. The energy penetrates his body, making Xu Jing gasp. Seeing Xu Jing remain silent, Zhu Shanying can't hold back. Say something. Xu Jing smiles. It's nothing, as long as you're happy. But Zhu Shanying looks aggrieved. It's my fault. I was careless and lost to you, yet I still thought about revenge, using this opportunity to deliberately tease you. Please don't be angry with me, okay? Xu Jing answers seriously. I'm really not angry. It just hurts a bit. Continue, 6th senior sister. Don't worry about me. Unexpectedly, Zhu Shanning instantly perks up. That's good then. The upper body is done. Now take off your pants. She even starts to take them off herself, scaring Xu Jing into quickly stopping her. I'll do the lower part myself. No need to trouble you. Only then does Zhu Shanning cover her mouth and giggle. I was joking with you. Look how scared you got. Well then, I'll leave the rest to 7th junior brother. After saying this, she gets up from Xu Jing's body and leaves the lounge, humming a tune. With access to Hidden Dragon Dojo, Xu Jing gains quite a bit of fitness experience in one night. Although his body hasn't fully recovered yet, after applying the ointment, both his combat and internal energy each increase by 1 level. Right, since there's nothing else to do now, I might as well go to the library for that appointment. White Crow Squad, the name sounds pretty edgy. They're actually Chin City's special police organization, right? But why did they arrange to meet at the library? An hour later, Xu Jing arrives at the 7th floor of Chin City Library, but there's not a single person inside. At this moment, a strange woman's voice comes from his ear. Xu Jing, you came. I'm Wu Youqing. Xu Jing discovers she's not the woman who arranged to meet him. Where's Void Blade? Why arrange to meet at the library? Wu Youqing replies, she's my informant, privately recommending people to me. Of course we can't go to the special police station. Originally I was still skeptical, but after seeing you, I approve. Join us. Xu Jing unceremoniously sits across from her. Why should I? Wu Youqing seems able to see through people's hearts. Don't you want to know about divine relics? Hearing this, Xu Jing is subconsciously stunned, because he never mentioned this to anyone. Wu Youqing smiles. Looks like I guessed correctly. How did you learn about the concept of divine relics? Xu Jing looks at her warily and replies, no comment. He starts to wonder about this woman's background. Wu Youqing doesn't continue pressing and instead takes out a bottle of water and pours it into a teacup. Unable to provide information first is my problem. Try it. Xu Jing drinks the water in one gulp. Curious, isn't this just purified water? Wu Youqing doesn't speak but silently pours the bottle of water in her hand into a teapot again, then uses that teapot to pour water into the teacup. Try it again. Xu Jing is somewhat baffled. With one more step, it's still purified water, but after he takes a small sip, he discovers the purified water in the teacup has actually become sweet. It turns out that 280 to 7 years ago, God died. Or to put it more precisely, a deity perished. The points of light that scattered when the deity died, we call them divine blood. The divine blood fell and took residence in objects, creatures, and perhaps even in fragments of human imagination. Things inhabited by divine blood are called divine relics. Serial number God 1567, the Sweetwater pot, is one such relic. Xu Jing suspects she added sugar to the pot beforehand, so he asks to see the water pot for himself. Wu Youqing doesn't refuse and hands the pot directly to him. But at this moment, Xu Jing's panel frantically displays notifications about absorbing divinity. He examines it curiously. What's its function? Does the water come out sweet without adding sugar, or can it boil water out of thin air? Wu Youqing finds his inexperienced enthusiasm endearing. You're close. Guess again. Xu Jing notices the water level doesn't seem to decrease, so the water in this pot is likely infinite. At this moment, Xu Jing's accumulated divinity has reached 502. Wu Youqing pauses in surprise, then a smile curves her lips. As an outstanding student of Chin City High School, you should understand what this means. Xu Jing certainly understands. It means defying the law of conservation of energy. Matter is energy. Infinite water means infinite energy. On a grand scale, this thing could overturn the fundamental laws of the universe. So the endless electricity in the inner rings. Is that related to this thing too? Wu Youqing advises him not to overthink it. The existence of divine relics is inherently irrational and cannot be artificially replicated. She then hands him her business card. 3 days ago, as an ordinary person, you defeated a monster. Facing a terrifying unknown creature, you showed no fear. Mentally, you've already surpassed most people, so I hope you'll join our Wu's Divine Relic Containment Company. But before she finishes speaking, she sees Xu Jing sincerely grasp her hand. Wu Youqing, please let me join your team. I'll follow orders completely. In reality, this kind of company is like a divine haven for absorbing divinity. Just hearing the name tells him he'll get to encounter many divine relics. For him, this is like letting a mouse into a rice barrel. What's the difference? Currently, divine relics are the only source of divinity. A single passive skill like Twin Lives is already this powerful. If the active skills are even more unreasonable, no one in this world will be able to beat him. Thinking this, Xu Jing can't help but laugh. Wu Youqing is speechless at the sight. Following procedure, she takes out an agreement. Look over the contract first. If there are no issues, sign here. Xu Jing reads it carefully and finds it's just like a standard employment contract, except with an added confidentiality agreement. Wu Youqing adds, divine relics are classified into 4 danger levels, A, B, C, and D. When you first start, the company will only assign you D-level tasks. As long as you follow the procedures, there won't be any any danger. If you grow in the future, then you'll be involved in truly dangerous work. Xu Jing continues asking, what about A-level? Wu Yiqing explains, you don't need to consider that situation for now. When divine relics of that level appear, they're not something one person or one company can handle. Official government agencies will step in. Xu Jing finds it strange. She doesn't know about the panel or about him joining the dojo. She invited him just based on Voidblade's word alone. So he has one last question. Why did you choose me? Even if I've encountered divine relics before, that doesn't mean I'm qualified, right? But Wu Yiqing shows a hint of a smile. You got one thing wrong. It's not that you encountered divine relics, it's that divine relics encountered you. Xu Jing's eyes flicker with understanding. You mean? Wu Yiqing continues explaining. Divine relics themselves possess a certain degree of will. They actively approach people who attract them. Among humans, there are those who can actively attract divine relics. I'm one of them. And you happen to possess the same constitution as me. The salary I'm offering is proof enough of my sincerity. Xu Jing didn't expect himself to be this special. No wonder they're eager to recruit him. As he signs his name, he says, actually, salary doesn't matter. I mainly just love divine relics. So please take care of me from now on. Wu Yiqing accepts the agreement, satisfied. Here's to a pleasant cooperation. Afterward, Xu Jing bids Wu Yiqing farewell, thinking, Hidden Dragon Dojo and Divine Relic Collection. These two things alone will keep me busy. I probably won't have time for school lately. Better have my buddy Li Jie help me ask for leave. After all, the priority is to improve my strength first. Only by becoming stronger is there hope of returning. Every level up from now on allows him to add one ability related to his physical body, which produces double the effect when used, since the passive ability of Twin Lives is already equivalent to a resurrection item. Improving defense doesn't make much sense. His main attack method is aim, which doesn't rely heavily on strength either, so after thinking it over, he chooses speed first. After all, in martial arts, only speed is unbeatable. Xu Jing glances at the streetlight at the end of the road, estimating the distance at about 100 meters. Then, without using any skills, he sprints at full speed. He completes the distance in 10.2 to 4 seconds. Not bad. If I activate the skill and run back, it should be much faster. Soon, as he activates Twin Lives, his entire body moves as if the fast-forward button was pressed in a video. His speed instantly doubles. He runs back to the starting point in just 5.12 seconds. Xu Jing is very satisfied with this speed. Suppose I'm in a dangerous, close-quarters fight where a single mistake could be fatal. Once I activate the skill, no one can anticipate this acceleration that defies common sense and intuition. So this is the killing blow. This is Twin Lives, a divine skill that ignores physical laws, disregards bodily limits, and transcends all rules. Xu Jing wants to test it a few more times while his body is still warmed up, but discovers that the Twin Lives skill on his panel has entered cooldown. The golden glow on the text is gradually recovering bit by bit. After a quick calculation, from activation to end, it seems only about 20 seconds passed. Looks like I'll have to use it sparingly from now on. Wonder when it'll recover. But when Xu Jing returns to his apartment building, it's already dark outside. Before he can even climb the stairs, his vision suddenly blurs and he feels dizzy. When he wakes up again, it's already the next morning, and he actually slept in the stairwell for 6 hours. He opens his panel and finds that Twin Lives has almost completely recovered from cooldown. By this calculation, for every 1 second used, Twin Lives needs 1,000 seconds to recover. If completely depleted, it needs 6 hours to recover. At this moment, Zhu Shanning suddenly sends a message. Junior apprentice, why aren't you here for training yet? Only then does Xu Jing remember he needs to go to the dojo today. Without time to go home, he rushes out again. When he arrives at Hidden Dragon Dojo out of breath, Zhu Shanning is already helping other disciples with painful stretches. Seeing Xu Jing arrive, she quickly pulls him over, saying she wants to spar again to show the disciples the correct use of force. The other disciples think their senior sister was careless last time. Otherwise, how could a junior apprentice who just started training possibly win? They jokingly tease Xu Jing not to get beaten up. Xu Jing can already tell that Zhu Shanning wants to save face, so she definitely won't be careless like last time. But Xu Jing doesn't want to refuse. This is a good chance to test his improved strength. The instant he activates Twin Lives, Zhu Shanning's palms are already sweeping toward his face. But Xu Jing's speed is even more incredible. Only a few after images seem to remain. Then comes an over-the-shoulder throw, once again slamming Zhu Shanning hard onto the ground. This time she doesn't pass out. Why, I clearly used my full strength. Why did I still lose? Xu Jing looks at Zhu Shanning lying dazed on the ground and says softly, I yield to your skill, Zhu Shanning. After speaking, he walks unhurriedly toward the training hall exit. Xu Jing looks at his panel, savoring the rush of massive experience gains. After activating the speed boost from Twin Lives, I'm clearly no weaker than Zhu Shanning. This ability is unimaginably powerful. It seems future training should focus on how to exploit the speed differential. At this moment, 5th Senior Chen Fuguang waves at Xu Jing. Junior apprentice want to practice dragon subduing technique together? Xu Jing nods with a smile. Sure, please teach me. 5th Senior. The scene shifts. Chen Fuguang is sweating profusely. Junior apprentice, I thought you were bluffing when you said you practiced dragon subduing technique all night, but you've almost cultivated dragon aura already. This is too outrageous, because Chen Fuguang's first time, he only practiced for half an hour. You should know that 5th senior, even after training for a long time, couldn't produce this aura. It turns out ancient martial artists passed down a legendary ultimate physical realm called treasure body. It means training one's body into a treasure. In this realm, the body can achieve 5 extremes: dragon elephant flesh, muscles as if inhabited by dragons and elephants, iron tree meridians, meridians like the roots of an iron tree, glazed skin, skin flawless like glazed glass, without defect or flaw, immortal jade bones, bones refined into imperishable jade, indestructible, molten gold blood. When using chi force, the blood throughout the body boils scalding hot, temperature like volcanic lava. After the introduction, 5th senior consoles Xu Jing, this is just mythology. No one can actually achieve it. But only Xu Jing knows that just because others can't doesn't mean he can't, because he has a panel others don't have. Perhaps I can try to become a martial arts legend. Just then, a man with flowing long hair suddenly crashes through the glass window. 5th senior quickly introduces him. This is our Hidden Dragon Dojo's most formidable 1st senior, Meng Bosheng. He has some peculiar habits. Shui Jing slowly walks to the broken window to take a look. He's shocked to discover that this 1st senior who doesn't like using doors actually jumped up from the 1st floor. How much strength must that take? 5th senior asks with a smile. 1st senior, what do you need me for? This 1st senior not only doesn't like using doors but doesn't like talking either. He gestures wildly, like a mute. Miraculously, 5th senior actually understands and bids Shu Jing farewell. I have some things to handle, so I'll be going. Remember this, the essence of dragon subduing technique is force circulation and shaping. Then 1st senior nods at him. The next second, while Shu Jing ponders his words, both of them jump down from the building. Shu Jing sits cross-legged in meditation, circulating internal energy, thinking, lately I've been considering how to increase the amount of chi, but I've never considered shaping. Perhaps I can try combining it with the aim ability. 3 hours later, Shu Jing's body crackles with crisp sounds. His overall physical qualities suddenly jump up a notch. A patch of skin on his palm even bulges up, scurrying under the skin like a mouse. As his fingers release, with a snap, a powerful force shoots out with an explosive sound, blasting open on the wall inside the room. Shu Jing is both shocked and delighted. This is way more powerful than pebbles from the roadside. At this moment, Master Li Qi suddenly appears and applauds. I never expected that besides your exceptional physical talent, you'd have such great talent in force circulation. Speaking, he then takes out a pill and hands it to him. Without thinking, Shu Jing tosses the pill into his mouth. The master immediately circulates a powerful aura while telling Shu Jing to look at him. Shu Jing merely glances at his master and immediately freezes. His consciousness seems to be pulled away. When he comes to his senses, he's already in a blank realm. Next, a half-dead dragon head phantom appears, hovering in the sky above. But Shu Jing merely gazes at it calmly. He discovers his arm is already covered with layers of scales, like a sharp dragon claw. But suddenly he feels the chi inside his body running wild. He suspects it's likely the pill's effect, so he immediately assumes a stance and circulates dragon subduing technique, calming the chaotic chi. After holding his breath for who knows how long, Shu Jing has a wondrous feeling. All distracting thoughts seem to have disappeared. Now he's completely immersed in the sensation of becoming a dragon. When Shu Jing opens his eyes, they've turned into golden pupils. He also activates a new skill called visualization. In a daze, he returns to reality. How did I come back? The master smiles. If you didn't come back, your chi would have been depleted. To cultivate dragon aura on your first try, Xiao Jing, you're truly amazing. Shui Jing is curious. What exactly is dragon aura? The master explains. Dragon aura, simply put, is an emotion. Think about it. When you're angry, don't you hit harder? When fighting for survival, doesn't your whole body feel especially strong? In our hidden dragon school, we call the technique of stimulating emotion kinetic chi, and the technique of controlling emotion static chi. If you can combine movement and stillness, you'll be invincible. Shu Jing only half understands, so how do I train it? The master smiles with satisfaction. You should have already grasped its essence. Don't ask yet. Think about it yourself. Shu Jing recalls that state of complete focus and has an epiphany. I seem to remember everything I read and learned in my past life, even though I didn't study much. It all feels incredibly simple. Then he points to his head and tells his master he's gotten smarter. But the master says, that's only a small part of it. Shu Jing continues sharing his feelings. Also, ordinary things can no longer shake my emotions. My imagination has also strengthened. I can quickly visualize a giant dragon's appearance, even each strand of its mane, each scale. Crystal clear. Is this the essence of visualization? The master feels that just talking is useless. Only actual combat gives you the feel. Qing Zhao, come spar with him. 4th senior sister swallows an entire flatbread in one bite, then steps toward Shu Jing. She's 1st senior Meng Bosheng's daughter and the most skilled disciple at force control. Shu Jing stomps hard on the floor. His entire body shoots forward like an arrow released from a bow toward 4th senior sister. But Shu Jing only feels his vision blur before a soft force strikes his chest. The master laughs heartily from the side. Your intentions are way too obvious. Xu Jing never expected this woman would be even stronger than his cheat ability. The next moment he charges again, but after just 2 moves, he's sent flying again. Like this, he keeps challenging and keeps getting defeated by 4th senior sister. Each time, Xu Jing absorbs combat knowledge like a sponge, while the master points out his shortcomings. By the time he can last 20 moves, 3 hours have already passed. Finally, after 4th senior sister becomes fatigued from battle, he finds an opening. Circulating force through his right hand, he lands a punch directly on her soft chest. 4th senior sister is knocked back by the powerful punch. Her feet plow long marks in the ground. Xu Jing stares at his fist, looking bewildered. The master quickly catches 4th senior sister to stop her. Let's stop here for today. Qing Zhao must be hungry too. Continuing won't have much effect. Xu Jing finds it strange. Why doesn't 4th senior sister say a word? The master explains. Something happened when she was very young. This child's story can't be told in a short time. I'll tell you the details when there's a chance. But tell me, how do you feel today? Was the training effective? Xu Jing says he's never been this tired since birth. At the same time, he's amazed watching his panel's experience skyrocket. 4th senior sister is too fierce. Just 4 hours of sparring and my experience increased this much. After leaving Hidden Dragon Dojo, he returns home and brings some fried chicken for Wayner. But in the spacious living room, there's no sign of a small black cat, until he comes to the bathroom and hears the sound of water flowing inside. There's only 1 pair of shoes at the door. Wayner didn't bring any guests back, so it must be her inside. Could she be locked in the bathroom? Wayner mentions she has enemies. Thinking this, Xu Jing without a word pushes the door open and rushes in. But what he sees is a small black cat scrubbing herself in the bathtub. Even though she's become a cat, girls are still sensitive about these things. At this moment, Xu Jing grabs her paw and mumbles, "The fried chicken's getting cold." Wayner the foodie forgets everything when she hears there's fried chicken to eat. Then the scene becomes this: 1 person and 1 cat scrubbing in the bathtub. And Wayner develops considerable affection for Xu Jing. The charm experience shoots straight up. Soon, the divine relic on her tail emits a blinding light. What was originally just a fluffy little cat paw transforms in the blink of an eye into a slender, pale hand. Xu Jing stares in shock at the cat-eared woman before him. She wraps her cattail around, blocking his magnificent view. Wayner, calm down. I didn't see anything. Wayner actually believes he didn't see anything. Xu Jing shifts his body, no lie. Either way, you should get up first. Wayner is puzzled. How did I suddenly transform back to human form? Xu Jing explains, maybe you accidentally triggered the Divine Relic's transformation condition. Hearing this, Wayner immediately recalls that, while bathing, she did develop a tiny bit of feelings for him. But such a tiny bit is enough to transform back to human. What kind of ridiculous trigger condition is this? And these cat ears, these fangs, this tail, what kind of garbage legacy did the deity leave behind? Wayner's lips twitch a few times. Then she rushes naked out of the bathroom. An hour later, Xu Jing finishes his bath and comes out to the living room. He finds Wayner has transformed back into a small black cat lying on the sofa. Wayner finds it baffling. After calming down earlier, she turned back into a cat. Now she can't transform into a human again. Xu Jing sits beside her as usual. When he reaches to pet the cat, he finds she quickly jumps away. He sighs inwardly. It must be because of what just happened that she won't let me touch her. Then he mentions that he recently met someone quite knowledgeable about divine relics. He plans to ask her tomorrow. Perhaps it can help Wayner return to her original form. Hearing this, an image immediately appears in Wayner's mind. It's her after transforming back to human form, riding on Xu Jing's back, whipping him while making him apologize to her. Thinking of this perverted scene, she can't help giggling to herself. The next day upon waking, Xu Jing's panel displays notifications of gaining experience. The wellness skill also leveled up to level 3. His phone suddenly vibrates. Opening it, he sees a message from Wu Youqing. Xu Jing immediately perks up. After waiting so long, finally some work. After changing clothes, he arrives at the 7th floor of Qin City Library. But he looks around and doesn't see Wu Youqing. She told me to come quickly, but she's not here. Besides a girl wearing glasses, I don't see anyone else. Then he looks around again and realizes something's off. Isn't that girl with glasses Wu Youqing? Sure enough, when the girl removes her glasses, she suddenly has Wu Youqing's aura. Your mental strength is quite high. You discovered me here so quickly. Xu Jing feels that Wu Youqing today is more attractive than before. Wu Youqing introduces the glasses in her hand. This is a divine relic, God 1280, unremarkable glasses. It lowers a person's presence, so they won't attract attention. Xu Jing takes the glasses and simultaneously begins absorbing the divinity from them. Is that all? Wu Youqing indicates there's more. Once the glasses are removed, the suppressed presence bursts out all at once. The longer you wear them, the more dazzling you become when you take them off. Only now does Xu Jing realize it's not that Wu Youqing suddenly became prettier, it's the glasses effect. Then he asks Wu Youqing why she called him here. Wu Youqing replies, look at this first. This mission is special. It's a sea-level containment task. It shouldn't be assigned to you. But this divine relic God 110, villainous crown, continuously amplifies the wearer's primal desires. wears. The current wearer is a woman named Lu Huiying. Once she sees a good-looking man, she can't help wanting to possess him. Shu Jing tries on the glasses. So these glasses are specifically prepared for me? Wu Yuqing indicates your foundation is already good. As long as you wear these glasses beforehand, the moment you take them off will definitely fully ignite Lu Huiying's desire. Then you can easily remove the villainous crown and restore her to normal. This containment task is perfect for you. Shu Jing is speechless, so after all that, I have to use my looks. But this task really is suitable for me. Not only can I drain 2 divine relics at once, but I can also lie low and build up strength. Plus these glasses suit me well. If I wear them for 10 years or so before taking them off, won't my looks be sky high from then on? Thinking this, Shu Jing quickly asks, are these glasses Wu Yuqing's personal property? Wu Yuqing indicates, I borrowed them from another containment company. Shu Jing is surprised. There are other containment companies? Wu Yuqing pauses. Did I not mention it? Shu Jing thought his company was mysterious and prestigious. He assumed it was the only one in the nation. Wu Yuqing says he misunderstood. Divine relic containment companies are somewhat special, but if I had to describe it, there's essentially no difference from street cleaners. Shu Jing's lofty image instantly crumbles. That description is way too ordinary. Wu Yuqing continues, in this world, there are thousands of known divine relics alone. They could appear anywhere, at any time. A single containment company can't handle them all. Plus, this work is dangerous. Not just anyone can do it. Shu Jing asks further, are we in a cooperative relationship with other containment companies? Wu Yuqing says, not necessarily. Containment work is essentially outsourced to us by the government, but some companies will do anything for this money. If you encounter people from other companies, be careful. Lu Huiying's activity locations are basically all in South District. Bars, discos, host clubs, karaoke. Shu Jing thinks to himself, this is literally the standard activity range of a gang boss lady. The data shows Lu Huiying has already used the villainous crown's physical ability boost to carve out territory, establishing a small gang called Rose Gang, and draining the vitality of countless men. At the same time, this villainous crown continuously amplifies her desires. The stronger her desires, the greater the boost to her physical abilities. If no one stops it, the villainous crown will keep stacking indefinitely. Just remove the villainous crown, and she'll return to normal. Afterward, Shu Jing follows the address to Lianming Street in South District. He happens to see a thug getting beaten until he spits blood. Lu Huiying holds a metal baseball bat and laughs. Doing whatever I want feels amazing. Hearing this, Shu Jing's mouth twitches. This woman is way too edgy. At this moment, the restaurant owner bows to Lu Huiying. Take care, Sister Lu. But Lu Huiying has no intention of leaving. Where are your 2 sons? Why don't I see them today? The owner understands her meaning. Which one do you want? I'll call them right now. Lu Huiying approaches the owner, her mouth stretching into an exaggerated arc. Of course I want both. Shu Jing also witnesses this scene and thinks, making me seduce this old woman, I'd rather just die. Meanwhile, over a dozen gang members walk over menacingly from outside the street. Leading them is a middle-aged man called Brother Duan. Shu Jing immediately knows, rivals have come for revenge. Better hide and observe first. Duan Kaiping brazenly enters Rose Gang territory. Lu Huiying, I hear you've been pretty arrogant lately. But Lu Huiying still dismissively glances at Duan Kaiping. Who are you? Then Rose Gang underlings come to complain. Sister Lu, he's Duan Kaiping from Razor Gang. He's the one who beat us up like this. Hearing this, Lu Huiying steps forward to size up Duan Kaiping, looking closely. You've got a pretty good build. Want to play with me? Hearing this, Duan Kaiping's rage immediately maxes out. He wants to blast this old woman to a pulp, but Lu Huiying's movements are quite skilled. For the moment, Duan Kaiping really can't do anything to her. From Duan Kaiping's words, Shu Jing learns this used to be Razor Gang territory, but was later seized by Lu Huiying's Rose Gang. That's why the 2 sides became enemies. Seeing he can't handle the old woman, Duan Kaiping immediately calls his men to attack together. Then the 2 gangs clash on Lianming Street, but Rose Gang's pretty boys quickly fall to a disadvantage. This old woman seems utterly vicious, but seeing her toys being destroyed by the opponent, she finally explodes. You Razor Gang bastards dare ruin my fun. Duan Kaiping is even a bit excited, you old hag. Finally getting serious? Then the 2 figures flash continuously through the street. Dust flies everywhere in an instant. Only explosive sounds can be heard. Duan Kaiping forms his palms into blades. His palms are like sharp edges, cutting iron like mud. But Lu Huiying only suffers minor skin wounds. Shu Jing thinks in pure combat power. Duan Kaiping is far superior, but Lu Huiying is too tanky. He can't hurt her. But just then, Lu Huiying actually strikes Duan Kaiping's abdomen with her metal baseball bat. On Shu Jing's side, he's also finished absorbing the divinity from the glasses. For this level up, he chooses to strengthen physical power to complement his previous speed boost. Next, he activates the aim skill. He throws a small pebble at Duan Kaiping. With both strength and speed boosted, it instantly shatters Duan Kaiping's shin. The opponent is suddenly crippled. Even Lu Huiying panics. Though Duan Kaiping is unwilling, he can no longer stand. He can only shamefully have his men help him flee from Lianming Street. Lu Huiying spits out blood disdainfully. That bastard actually hits hard. After Razor Gang leaves, Xu Jing unhurriedly walks out. Lu Hiying looks at the unremarkable young man and asks, "Kid, you've got a gun, right?" Xu Jing stops and answers, "Sort of, but I won't use it against you," he thinks. This Lu Hiying fights with no technique, clearly hasn't had professional training. In that case, I'll try defeating her head-on without using my looks. At worst, I can remove the glasses mid-fight to hard control her. Xu Jing takes a deep breath, circulating the breathing technique to let force surge through his body. His blood circulation accelerates. His body temperature gradually rises. A faint dragon aura begins emanating from his body. Lu Huiying furrows her brow, sensing something's wrong. "Who are you?" Xu Jing thinks for a moment and answers jokingly, "You can call me Wrist Hero." As soon as he finishes speaking, he immediately activates Twin Lives. Then, as if the fast-forward button was pressed, he charges at Lu Huiying. Lu Huiying's vigilance is severely lacking. Her waist is swept by Xu Jing's whip kick. She flies over 3 meters and crashes into a concrete wall. But soon, a fist fills her entire vision. The fist wind cuts through the air, carrying force, and viciously strikes Lu Huiying's face. After gaining the upper hand with his first move, Xu Jing immediately presses the advantage. He rains down punches on her face with both hands, showing no mercy. But after just a short while, Xu Jing has to stop because his hands hurt. The other Rose Gang underlings don't dare approach rashly. Who is that guy? He even shattered the wall. Sister Lu won't be shattered too, will she? Even Duan Kaiping was beaten by Sister Lu, but he can actually dominate her. Meanwhile, Lu Huiying crawls out from the rubble with only a few scratches on her body. The villainous crown on her head releases evil power, further boosting Lu Huiying's strength. "You've really pissed me off. I'll pound you into mincemeat." She swings her metal baseball bat viciously at Xu Jing, but Xu Jing sidesteps and adds a knee strike, hitting her right in the face. Her entire face immediately becomes covered in blood. Little does he know, Lu Huiying is actually taking hits on purpose so she can grab Xu Jing. But at this moment, Xu Jing has already used the aim skill. He focuses force to explode from his fingertips, striking Lu Huiying's eye. This strike, no matter how strong her physical qualities, she can't withstand. She instantly loses combat ability. Xu Jing is simply following his master's teachings, despicable or vicious. As long as you win, any move works. Only those who stand at the end have the right to speak. Not just men, women also have weaknesses there. Thinking this, Xu Jing suddenly kicks toward Lu Huiying's lower body. Her whole body curls up like a cooked shrimp, clutching herself and trembling in agony. Without hesitation, Xu Jing approaches Lu Huiying, clasps his hands together, and raises them above his head. The next moment, his force surges and slams down. The back of Lu Huiying's head takes a direct heavy blow. Her face embeds deeply into the hard concrete floor. The black crown on Lu Huiying's head falls off and rolls to the side. All the onlookers freeze in shocked silence, intimidated by the young man's ruthless brutality. Xu Jing doesn't care what others think. He crouches down and picks up the villainous crown. The moment he touches the divine relic, he begins absorbing its divinity. Xu Jing pulls out his phone and takes a photo of the black crown. Then he sends it to Wu Youqing with the message, "Containment successful." Afterwards, Xu Jing glances at Lu Huiying on the ground. "Don't suffocate. As for the punishment for all the evil deeds you committed while wearing the villainous crown, I'll leave that to the residents you've persecuted all this time." Then he kicks Lu Huiying over, flipping her onto her back. Meanwhile, Xu Jing suddenly notices his divinity absorption rate is much faster than before. Just as he's about to leave, a man's deep voice comes from behind him. "Hey kid, hand over that thing you're holding. That's not something you're qualified to touch." How could Xu Jing let himself be interrupted at such a critical moment? What if I say no? The man's dark red prosthetic eye immediately analyzes the data before him. Looks about 16 or 17, lives in a backwater place like the Outer Ring, yet has a threat level assessment above 2. Seeing this result surprises the man somewhat. However, to him, it's still too weak. He walks leisurely toward Xu Jing. "Kid, I'm giving you one last chance." But without a word, Xu Jing delivers another crotch strike. Unexpectedly, the man's groin is as hard as machinery. The man laughs. Despicable martial artists, always using such dirty tricks. How could I not be prepared? His attack fails, so Xu Jing turns and runs. Who normally guards against that? The man immediately gives chase. "Stop right there! I'm going to kill you!" Xu Jing finds the man's body strange. Is this guy a containment officer from another company? Hard as if assembled from mechanical parts? He can easily smash through 10-centimeter thick cement walls. The residual force of the punch hits Xu Jing's arm, sending him flying dozens of meters and smashing through several house walls along the way. Buried in rubble, Xu Jing coughs violently. It seems no matter how he tries to escape, there's no way out. But at this moment, a system message pops up: divinity absorption complete. Activate divine skill Shadow Flame. Without hesitation, Xu Jing taps activate. Meanwhile, the mysterious man walks leisurely toward where Xu Jing is buried. Unexpectedly, as he approaches, Xu Jing grabs his mouth with one hand. The man suddenly cries out in terror, "Blessed One!" At this moment, Xu Jing is completely enveloped in black flames. "Blessed One? Are you talking about me?" The man quickly breaks free from Xu Jing's grip. "If not you, then who?" The next moment, Xu Jing stands up from the rubble. and the surrounding stones are immediately shaken away by his aura. Shui Jing is curious. What is a Blessed One? The moment he saw the black flames, he connected me with Blessed One. What's the connection? When he comes back to his senses, he discovers the man is trying to sneak away. With a thought from Shu Jing, countless black flames chase after the man like floating cannons. They frantically burrow into his body and internal organs. Before long, the man loses all signs of life and collapses to the ground. But after using Shadow Flame for the first time, Shu Jing feels a wave of nausea. Afterwards, his status panel rapidly flashes notifications, defeated a stronger opponent, gained massive experience. Various skill levels also increase. He crouches down and carefully examines the man's corpse. He discovers the man's body is almost entirely covered in artificial skin. Moreover, the skin's durability is very high. The black flames burned for so long yet only left a mark. If I hadn't destroyed him from the inside, it would have been very difficult to kill him. Then he picks up a nearby stone and finds no carbonization marks on its surface. Despite burning for so long, it still feels cool to the touch, so the damage Shadow Flame can inflict seems related to the target's strength. Clearly, this black flame doesn't possess the properties of actual fire. The status panel says these black flames are converted from shadows. Now that the shadows have diminished, the flames have weakened too. Soon, the black flames enveloping his body suddenly dissipate completely. Shu Jing glances at his panel. The words Shadow Flame dim to a faint gold, entering cooldown. He sighs, takes a photo with his phone, and sends it to Wu Youqing. After all, he killed someone. He should report the situation. Meanwhile, on the South District side, an elderly man stands before a pile of disgusting tumors, lecturing his disciple. Kaiping, do you know why I called you here? Duan Kaiping kneels on the ground, voice trembling. I know. You repeatedly told me not to cause trouble recently. Before he can finish, the elder's figure suddenly vanishes. He appears before Duan Kaiping, gripping his skull with 5 fingers. You knew, yet you still did it. Are you tired of living? Duan Kaiping doesn't dare resist, desperately kowtowing. Master, your disciple was wrong. Please forgive me. The elder decides to spare him. Fine, get up. Any news about those 2 I sent out? Duan Kaiping answers they seem to have been eliminated. The elder continues asking, all by White Crow. Duan Kaiping answers truthfully. Reportedly, one was injured by a young man. Hearing the word young man, the elder's face immediately contorts with fury. Duan Kaiping continues, that young man is reportedly named Shu Jing. His background isn't anything special, just an ordinary person. The elder grows even more enraged. How could an ordinary person possibly defeat them? Although these test subjects aren't perfect, they cannot be defiled by ordinary people. Go capture him, and I'll personally feed him to the great insect mother. That way, she can birth even more and better children. One day, I will possess this entire planet. Meanwhile, Shu Jing returns to Qin City Library. All along the way, he's been thinking about the huge trouble he caused during the mission. He wonders how Wu Yuqing will handle it. Whatever, no use worrying. Worst case, I'll make up for it with merit. However, the moment the 7th floor elevator doors open, Shu Jing sees Wu Yuqing bow halfway an apology. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't anticipate an unexpected situation, leaving you to face danger alone. This is my serious negligence. I'll upgrade this mission to C+ rank and provide you with some compensation. I hope you can accept. Shu Jing says it's no problem. However, Wu Yuqing's reaction is completely different from what he imagined. Wu Yuqing continues, the identity of the man you killed has been confirmed. His name was Zhu Yingkun, a C-rank containment officer belonging to Tenyu's containment company. I've already contacted them. They say it was his personal action, unrelated to the containment company. Shui Jing doesn't understand. Why would a man want the villainous crown? So there may be something else behind this. Leave it to me to handle. Don't get too deeply involved for now. Shui Jing indicates he understands. Oh right, I almost forgot to give you this crown. And the glasses, should I return them now? Wu Yuqing waves her hand, signaling him to keep the glasses. They might come in handy for the next mission. Also, Zhu Yingkun's autopsy report is quite strange. All his internal organs vanished without a trace. How did you do it? Shu Jing hasn't fully figured out the principles of Shadow Flame yet. Feeling it's too dangerous, he decides to keep it hidden for now. Then he removes the glasses, revealing his handsome face. Can I not say? Wu Yuqing's face flushes bright red. If you don't want to say, then don't. Everyone has secrets. Put the glasses back on first. Shui Jing returns to business. He takes out the card Wu Yuqing just gave him. What's this? Wu Yuqing answers, this is a containment license. With it, executing containment missions will be much more convenient from now on. Shui Jing's eyes light up. Does that mean I'm official personnel now? Wu Yuqing snaps her fingers. The bookshelves behind her move aside, revealing a passage. Besides some official organization privileges, the materials stored in this library are now fully accessible to you. I still have some work to handle. Go inside and take your time looking around. Shujing is thrilled. Maybe I can find clues about the cattail ring inside. Afterwards, Shujing enters through the archive room entrance. Unexpectedly, it's a whole different world inside. Divine relic files are organized in 3 tiers inside boxes. Shujing randomly pulls out file number 18 titled Death Goddess's Unreasonable Favoritism. But when he swipes his containment license, a voice announces, "Insufficient clearance, cannot view." Thinking the number is too low, he tries number 69. Cinderella Boy, but it's still insufficient clearance, cannot view, so he swipes through them one by one, from number 200 to 666, all still insufficient clearance, cannot view. Didn't she say fully accessible? Don't I still need clearance? Don't tell me even cattail ring requires clearance? Whatever, let me find it first. After some searching, he finally finds number 1391, cattail ring. Then he lightly taps the dynamic lock with his containment license and successfully opens the cattail ring file. This divine relic has a danger rating of B rank, which doesn't match C rank containment officer Shujing's level. Only the first 2 tiers of data will be accessible. Xujing is astonished. Doesn't this thing just transform people into harmless little kittens? Why is it the same rank as divine relics that can destroy streets? Shujing opens the file and discovers, after wearing it for 1 month, the holder can freely transform between human and cat forms. Then, on a certain page, he sees that a doctor once encountered the cattail empress, let out fanatical cries, and even established an outer god cult. Shujing continues flipping through the pages, wanting to see what this outer god cult is all about. It turns out that after the gods died, the earth cracked open, and various borderlands emerged from the fissures. As exploration of the fissures deepened, people found items that could communicate with outer gods. Groups who gathered together out of desire for power and prayed to outer gods for strength became outer god cults. Those who received gifts from outer gods are called blessed ones. Shujing's worldview receives a shock. So that's what blessed one means. Shujing anxiously flips further down. 200 years ago, an outer god cult called the Lion Saint cult desired to make contact with the deity Bastet, but the deity never responded. It wasn't until a believer obtained God -1391 and transformed into a cat that they finally received the goddess's blessing. However, the recipient of the blessing wasn't the believer, but God 1391, the cattail ring itself. From then on, the cattail ring possessed even more mysterious powers. As the fusion progresses, the wearer will begin to possess Bastet's powers, eventually becoming the true Bastet. Therefore, the Lion Saint cult will stop at nothing to kill the current cattail ring holder and reclaim the cattail ring. That means they'll kill Wanner. That's why Wanner so strongly recommended Shujing train at the dojo back then. If he couldn't become stronger in a short time, what awaited them both would be assassination. Shujing continues reading through the files. He sees the cattail ring's fusion conditions. The first fusion requires intense emotional stimulation. Afterwards, the wearer must continuously evoke the same emotion to deepen the fusion progress. Shujing recalls that time when he and Wanner were bathing together in the same bathroom. Then she transformed back into her semi-human appearance. Shujing forcibly interrupts his train of thought, since the visualization ability can manifest even more realistic images. But if it really requires what happened last time for her to transform into human form, that means Wanner and I would have to frequently... How should I explain this transformation condition to Wanner? Shujing continues turning pages. Fortunately, this divine relic has no side effects, but this is already the last page of the file. What powers does Bastet actually have? How do you remove it once worn? There are no answers to these crucial questions. C-rank containment officers have way too little clearance. Meanwhile, Shujing's phone receives a text message. The content shows Chin City Bank has transferred 230,000 to him, clearly the compensation from Wu Yuqing. Shujing didn't expect it would be so much. I won't have to carefully budget what to eat every day anymore. This way I'll have more time to train. Tonight I'll buy some expensive ingredients and make Wanner a good meal. I'll find an opportunity later to tell her about the transformation conditions. So for these 5 days, Shujing and Wanner feast heartily every day, eating either lobster or king crab. Wanner starts to wonder, why so extravagant lately? Did you earn money? Shujing's expression darkens slightly. I guess you could say I was rich for a while. These past few days, I learned a technique from my master called armor shaking technique. The technique itself isn't much, but during cultivation you need to take medicine, and after training you need medicinal baths. One complete session costs 40 to 50,000. So these past few days I did 5 complete sessions and burned through 200,000 just like that. Wanner calculates then there should still be over 30,000 left. How come there's only this much? Shujing wordlessly points at the lavish delicacies on the dining table. Wanner immediately understands his meaning. While honoring this sect leader deserves praise, I still have to warn you, save your money. Besides medicine you mentioned, you'll need to buy weapons and concealed weapons later. On top of that, formal wear for high-end occasions is essential. Any piece starts at over 100,000. Luxurious ingredients like these, once or twice a month is plenty. Shujing didn't realize there were so many expenses. Payday is still far off, and Wu King probably won't assign me work anytime soon. If I don't find a way to earn some money, I'll probably be going hungry again. He scrolls through job hunting apps, finding the wages too low. Finally, he can only ask his senior about part-time work. Chen Fuguang happens to have something for him to do. He asks him to come to Hidden Dragon Dojo tomorrow to test his abilities, but in the few minutes Shujing spent job hunting, Warner has already finished everything edible, leaving him nothing. The next day, Shujing returns to Hidden Dragon Dojo to train as usual. In just 5 days, he has already mastered armor-shaking technique to perfection and unlocked a new skill, Soft Force. Chen Fuguang is quite satisfied. Shujing's talent is probably the highest I've seen among everyone so far. At this moment, a junior sister comes to ask, "Senior, we're doing strength tests over there. Can you show everyone what you've got?" Shujing originally wants to refuse, but Chen Fuguang suddenly appears at his side. "Go ahead. This is a good opportunity to test your training results and let everyone see." Shujing cracks his knuckles and walks toward the punching bag. "Then I'll just give it a casual try." Several other junior brothers who've been training longer than Shujing think he's not good with strength. They tell him not to force it, or he'll hurt his hand and blame them. Shujing unhurriedly strikes the punching bag with a fist, completely silent, seemingly without any power. This scene almost makes the junior brothers laugh. The sound is so quiet. Did you intentionally hold back? Unexpectedly, the next second, the punching bag completely disintegrates on the spot. Even the strength measuring device displays an eerie 9,999. You have to understand, normal people only score just over 200. Moreover, this is just the device's upper limit, not Shujing's actual strength limit. Shujing smiles as he explains to his junior brothers, "This is soft force. Strength isn't always about being stronger. What I just used is called soft force, a sophisticated application of energy. First, concentrate power at a single point, channel it into the target's interior, then release. You all might try to comprehend it." The junior sister's face flushes as if seeing an idol. "Thank you for the teaching, senior." Shui Jing casually calls a junior brother. "Could you go to the storage and get boxing gloves to put on the force meter?" Afterwards, Chen Fuguang hands Shui Jing a photo. "Junior, with this level of skill, I'm not worried. Recently, an important person is looking for bodyguards. Want to give it a try?" The photo shows the important person's detailed address, and the mission pays up to 800,000. Shui Jing's eyes fill with thoughts of money. He answers solemnly, "Please, let me do it." A few days later, Shui Jing arrives at Ruiju Hotel wearing a black linen martial arts outfit. His clothing is simple and plain, but his appearance and temperament are so outstanding that he attracts many people's attention along the way. At the time, Shu Jing was still conflicted about what formal wear to wear to the banquet. Zhu Xianing pulled out a dazzling burgundy suit, clearly made with very high-quality materials. Shu Jing felt this outfit was too flashy. He wasn't going on a blind date after all. In the end, he chose a martial arts outfit recommended by Meng Qingjiao that suited a martial artist perfectly. In terms of taste, Senior Meng is definitely superior to Senior Zhu. Every girl at the banquet swoons. He's so handsome. Should we ask for his number? Two burly men behind him recognize Hidden Dragon Dojo's 6 core disciples, but they don't recognize Shui Jing. Zhang Daking jokes, "You won't allow them to take new disciples?" Li Zhaoquan purses his lips. "I didn't say that. Dragon Lord Li Qi said long ago he'd take 7 disciples, but the 7th must be a prodigy with exceptional, natural talent and aptitude, or he'd rather not take anyone. This kid looks like a pretty boy. How strong could he be? Absolutely impossible to be Li Qi's disciple." Zhang Daking pats his shoulder. "Don't judge by appearances. Look at his lower body stance. Extremely stable. Every step is exactly the same distance. Not more, not less. And his upper body doesn't even sway. Clearly his body control is exceptional, and his energy manipulation has reached a high level." Li Zhaoquan is unconvinced. "So what? Even if he can use 1 unit of force to achieve 10 times the effect, won't he still lose against 100 people?" Zhang Daking rolls his eyes and decisively leaves. "No point talking to you." Meanwhile, the hotel manager is speaking with Xu Jing. "Are you the martial artist here for security?" Xu Jing smiles and nods. "Yes. Hidden Dragon Dojo, Xu Jing, pleased to meet you." The hotel manager opens a map. "Pleased to meet you too. Let me first introduce the work details. This time we've hired 6 masters, each responsible for 1 area. Mr. Xu Jing, you're in charge of the stage area. The lighting isn't great there, so please be extra attentive." Xu Jing tells the manager to be completely at ease. With so many martial artists here, surely no one would dare commit a crime? The manager seems a bit nervous. Hard to say. Anyway, better to have more people. Prevention is better than cure. I won't keep you. I need to get busy. After the manager leaves, Xu Jing immediately gets serious. Calling more people is fine, but hiring 6 martial artists? That's a big deal. And not just that, they've also hired numerous bodyguards. Judging by their equipment, they're all professionals. And these surveillance cameras, far more than a normal hotel would have. What exactly is going on here that warrants such an elaborate setup? At this moment, Li Zhaoquan swaggers over. "Are you the new core disciple Hidden Dragon Dojo took in?" Xu Jing turns and glances at the burly man, a question mark appearing in his mind. Seeing Xu Jing remain silent, Li Zhaoquan thinks he's intimidated. "I'm Li Zhaoquan from Amber Dojo. Don't worry, I'm not looking for trouble. But as colleagues, understanding each other's level beforehand isn't excessive, right?" Xu Jing shows no expression, only calmly asks what he wants. Li Zhaoquan rolls his sleeves to his elbows. revealing muscles as solid as iron. Come, let's test hands. Xu Jing readily agrees. He guesses this person probably sees him as young and doesn't trust his abilities. Fine. I also want to know how much I'm really worth. But their strength-testing gesture catches Pei Yuguang's attention. Jing, brother, what's he doing here? A wealthy lady nearby also notices the second young master Pei. Do you know that handsome guy? In your opinion, who will win? At this moment, Pei Yuguang's older brother Pei Tiancheng walks over. I'd place my bet on the young man. The lady laughs. But Li Xiaoquan is very impressive. Last time second young master Pei tested hands with him, he was squealing from the grip. Pei Yuguang's face instantly flushes. Don't bring up sore subjects, another young woman says in surprise. The handsome guy isn't showing any reaction. Is he going to lose? Pei Tiancheng smiles. It's not that there's no reaction. Ordinary people just can't see it. That young man's body may appear slender, but in reality it's been tempered through countless trials and is already hard as steel. His energy is clean and pure, not something someone like Li Xiaoquan can match. Yuguang, after the test ends, introduce me to this outstanding young talent. Pei Yuguang is somewhat stunned. Yes, he thinks. It's only been how long? Jing brother has already become this strong. That's impossible. Only now does Xu Jing realize he really is a young master. He initially thought Pei Yuguang was bragging. Pei Yuguang explains he's the child of his father and mistress. If it weren't for his older brother looking out for him, he wouldn't be living so comfortably. Xu Jing isn't interested in his family matters. So what do you actually want from me? Pei Yuguang speaks honestly. Your hand test with Li Xiaoquan was impressive. My older brother says he'd like to meet you. He's impressive too. A genius who got into Inner Ring University through martial arts exams, and some young ladies and wealthy madams also want to meet you. When would be convenient? Xu Jing responds, today definitely won't work. I still have work ahead, and if they just want to meet me, I'm fine with that. But if the young ladies truly want to befriend me, have them come find me themselves. What you want, you should pursue yourself, not wait for others to deliver it. I still have work, so I'll go first. Watching Xu Jing's departing back, Pei Yuguang can't help but admire. Jing brother is so cool. A few minutes later, a wave of young ladies seemingly lose their rationality and rush towards Xu Jing. The handsome guy is right. If you want something, pursue it yourself. Just as all the young ladies clamor to add Xu Jing's contact information, a man passes by pushing a cart. This immediately catches Xu Jing's attention. The manager never told me anyone would be bringing things in, but just as he's about to follow, a young lady grabs him. Add my number? I can tell you many things. To get rid of her quickly, Xu Jing pulls out his phone and asks for her number. Meanwhile, the man with the cart presses a remote control. It immediately triggers a device installed in the corner. Xu Jing's phone suddenly makes a bzz sound. He thinks the phone is short-circuiting. But the next second, the entire hall plunges into darkness. For a moment, guests panic. They keep trying to turn on their phone flashlights but can't. What's going on? Did the phone die? Xu Jing calmly analyzes the situation. In such darkness, with dozens of people here, not a single phone can provide light. Clearly everyone's phones won't turn on. Plus all the lights are out. Seems like all electrical devices have failed. An EMP is a high-tech method that can instantly destroy electronic devices. But why would they use such equipment? If just to kill someone, isn't that overkill? At this moment, all the glass windows on one side of the hall suddenly shatter. The young lady is so frightened she crashes into Xu Jing's arms. The guests in the hall instinctively huddle together. What was that sound? Did glass break? Wait, where's old Wang? He was just beside me. Pei Yuguang strikes his lighter, creating a small light source in the pitch-black hall. Pei Tiancheng claps his hands, telling everyone not to panic and to gather back to back. But just as everyone slowly moves inward, someone suddenly screams and collapses to the ground. When Pei Yuguang turns around, he sees only a pool of blood on the floor. Even the body has disappeared without a trace. Seeing this, everyone panics and runs in all directions. The scene descends into complete chaos. Pei Tiancheng tries hard to maintain order. Everyone stay together. Don't run around. But just as he finishes speaking, he feels something slash across his cheek. He touches his face and discovers he's bleeding heavily. Then he hears chairs and tables ahead being knocked aside by something. Pei Tiancheng directly throws a punch toward the source of the sound. Unexpectedly, that black figure moves at an incredible speed. Instead, it charges toward Pei Tiancheng at extreme speed. Fortunately, Pei Yuguang lunges over in time, saving his brother's life. But the guest behind them isn't so lucky. His body loses its entire upper half. The creature is pitch black, nearly 2 meters tall, looking like a grotesque monster formed by merging cockroach and human together. The two brothers break into a cold sweat and shout in unison, "Run!" But the cockroach man attacks again. Fleeing now is clearly too late. However, at this moment, Xu Jing suddenly appears and kicks the cockroach man away. The cockroach man slams heavily into the wall, shattering the surrounding stone. Green blood spurts from its mouth parts. Xu Jing is surprised. Another one of these monsters? Seems my efforts during this time weren't in vain, otherwise I couldn't have sent it flying so easily. At this time, a guest asks, where did the bodyguard masters from other dojos go? Someone answers, They ran away long ago. Pei Yuguang walks over trembling. Jing brother, thank you for saving me and my brother. But Shu Jing stops him. Don't come closer yet, that thing isn't dead. Sure enough, the cockroach man's form suddenly erupts again, charging at Shu Jing like lightning. Shu Jing slightly sidesteps, precisely dodging the cockroach man's charging assault. Then, in the instant they pass each other, he backhands a punch, striking the cockroach man in midair. An explosive sound rings out. The cockroach man once again flies over 10 meters away in an extremely pathetic state. Meanwhile, black flames ignite in Shu Jing's pupils. You're not the only one who can move freely in darkness. At this moment, Shadow Flame's dark vision appears in Shu Jing's field of view. Aside from only black and white colors, everything else is almost no different from broad daylight. Under the dim light, their fierce battle continues like a torrential storm. Li Zhaoquan is dumbfounded on the spot. Shu Jing can actually fight that monster to a standstill, but Pei Tiansheng shakes his head repeatedly. On the surface, though, he dodges perfectly. If you look carefully, you'll notice he hasn't taken a single step back. He's protecting us. Hearing this, Li Zhaoquan leads everyone toward the emergency exit. Let's go. Staying will only distract Shu Jing. Seeing everyone leave, Shu Jing can finally let loose. You seem to be having fun just now? Then let me keep you company. But at this moment, 4 large thin wings on the cockroach man's back suddenly unfold, beating wildly in the air. The massive form actually makes a subtle turn while charging at high speed, precisely ramming toward Shu Jing. Shu Jing's hair stands on end. He didn't expect this beast also had a trick up its sleeve. Its speed has increased dramatically. The cockroach man stops ahead, its head rotating halfway around. Then it stares straight at Shu Jing. An extreme sense of crisis fills his entire body. The shadow of death looms over his heart. The world seems to slow down. In this split second, many thoughts flash through Shu Jing's mind like life flashing before his eyes, finally settling on one image. A true dragon with wings on its back shuttles endlessly through a sea of clouds, wrapped in tremendous thunder, radiating brilliant light. Meanwhile, the cockroach man crashes into Shu Jing. The massive impact feels like it will tear his entire body to shreds. But at this moment, sudden enlightenment strikes Shu Jing. Countless bones throughout his body vibrate, producing rolling thunder. He actually slowly withstands and absorbs that massive impact force. His entire body's energy surges, layering upon layer, wrapping around the kinetic energy that entered his bones and converting it for his own use. All the power flows to his right hand, concentrating at a single point. In the dim banquet hall, the sound of a dragon's roar seems to echo. The cockroach man's head suddenly explodes, dark green blood splattering everywhere like bullets. Shu Jing stares blankly at his fist. The sound of bone resonance still echoes in his ears. He seems to have comprehended some incredible killing technique. However, the cockroach man still wildly waves its 6 limbs, as if even without a head it still wants to kill Shu Jing. Shu Jing frowns, knowing that even without a head, a cockroach person can still live for 8 or 9 days. Suppressing his disgust, he punches through the nerve cluster below the cockroach man's esophagus. Then he pulls out a soft object from the body. The cockroach man's struggling movements slowly cease, gradually becoming still. Everyone stares blankly at the young man standing in the center, murmuring, "It's over." Surviving the ordeal excites them tremendously. They cheer with joy. That young man killed the monster. Which dojo is he from? I'll sponsor $1 million. I'll sponsor $2 million. Second young master Pei, quickly take us to meet him. Zhang Daking pats Li Zhaoquan's shoulder in admiration. You dared to provoke someone like that? Li Zhaoquan's whole body feels weak. Stop mocking me, he thinks. When that young man tested hands with me earlier, he probably didn't even use 1% of his strength. Lucky he was merciful and didn't cripple me directly. At this moment, Shu Jing says to everyone, "Everyone, hurry and get out now. I don't think things are this simple."